Today we're gonna do a dragon. So there's so many different types of dragons you could do. And we're gonna use pencil crayon to do it. And we're gonna use a cross hatching method to do this. Okay, so let's get started because it's the year of the dragon. So we're gonna do a Chinese style dragon. So let's get started. All right. So first, you're gonna lightly draw some basic shapes. So I'm gonna use a pencil crayon. I'm gonna use Faber-Castell because if you make a mistake, you can erase it. So let's get a square out. Oh, a little rectangle. I mean, a rectangle. Draw a rectangle. And connect it with this curvy line. So I'm gonna have it curve it in like this way. So it doesn't matter how you curve it, whichever way you like. I'm going to, so this is the head. I'm going to add this. It's like a flower on the side. Here's his mouth. Let's draw a circle here. Now I'm going to, later this is going to be a nose. It's going to be a bump of his nose. I'm going to add another circle here, and this is going to be his eyes. So you have this shape here. Okay, there's your dragon. Let's draw one of his talons or his claws. Oh, so let's start over here. Let's draw a circle here. Let's extend another circle there and a triangle here. Here's one of his fingers. Let's have him have 3 fingers, and there's his claws. And his other arm is over here, here. And it's kind of overlapping over here. And his claws here. So just kind of drawing these shapes right now. His back leg, triangle, finger, 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 claw, claw, claw. And then here on the other side, let's pretend it's right here, here. I'm going to lightly because it's on the other side, just give you an idea. Give you an idea of where it is, and then his other claw. Finger, finger, claw, claw, claw. Smaller. So this part is going to be covered because he only showed this whole leg here, but this one's covered. But we did that just so you could see. Now let's get a black marker and draw the dragon. So I have these black markers. I'm going to use a thick one first. Let's zoom in closer. There you go. Now watch carefully. Maybe you want to watch this video first before you even draw this. So there. I'm going to have some of his hair come down like this. I might change things as I go along, but you kind of follow the basic shapes. Now you want some more curvy lines here. It would look even better. There you go. Now his nose, his nostril. I'm going to put some lines here. Let me zoom in even closer. And then, whoop, there you go. There. There's the dragon. I'm going to put some scales right there. Put some lines here. And woo! Let's follow this curve here. And let's draw his arm. Let's keep the lines a little straighter. Put a curve here for his nails. There. And if it's your first time drawing, don't get overwhelmed. I mean, just take some practice. There you go. Let's draw his body. Okay, let's draw his other arm. Oops, I changed it a little bit. There. Now, let's draw another line here. That's his belly, and I'm going to put these curve lines here. There. Let's zoom out a little. Whoopsies. Now I'm going to add the scales. So let's just do easy scales. Do some big scales. I mean, you could go smaller scales, but that would take a lot longer. So because of this video, I'm gonna just go big. Some big scales. I mean, you could go like small scales, like here. Closer to the belly, you could go smaller scales. As it's furthering away from the belly, you go bigger scales. And you can really take your time on these scales. But because I'm just showing you, you guys could make it more complicated, more detailed if you want. That's a lot of scales. This is a scaly dragon. Just a bunch of backwards C's. Or maybe U's, depending on what direction your tail is going. Or maybe a bunch of M's connected together, depending on how you look at it. And on his legs, I would go smaller scales. And you know what? If you didn't want to go that detailed, you can do this. Have them spread out apart, and that's fine too. So look, there's different segments of this dragon. Oh, and then here's one fin, and then another fin right there. Okay, there you go. There's the dragon. Now let's color it. Oh, I forgot one thing. his nostril. Let's add his nostril right there. Make his eye a little bit bigger. Let's add one more of these things. There we go. And if you wanted, you could even add his eyebrow right there. And have his other whisker coming from the other side, sticking up. Okay, let's start coloring. We already put red, so let's just put a layer of red on. Just a layer, crosshatch. Make sure these lines are just spread apart like that. I'm just putting these crisscross lines. I'm gonna zoom in so you could see. I'm putting these crisscross lines on here. On the body. So let's make this a red dragon. There. It's a red dragon. I'm going to use purple for the darker areas. So right here, I could add some purple. Down here, put some purple. There you go. Maybe add some purple at on this side of the tail. Okay. And then let's go and add some yellow. So you want to angle your pencil like this. You don't want to go straight up like that. Those lines will be too sharp. It might even cut into the paper. So you want to add some lines here. You could color really quickly with this method. And you could cover a lot of surface. So I'm adding a yellow. So you see the brighter parts, the part where the light hits, will be yellow. And the lower parts will be maybe purple or even blue. Oh, we forgot to add some scales on his arm. Let's add some scales here. So, you know, I'm just randomly adding it here. See, just showing you it doesn't have to be perfect. Of course, you can always add more detail. So the belly here, I'm going to make it more yellow too. And then even yellow, add some yellow into the face. There we go. I could put yellow everywhere. Just a light layer of yellow. Cross hatch it. Cross those lines into there. There we go. There. Now let's get that purple out. Let's add some purple. Let's add some purple over here. I want a darker purple. Here, wait a minute. Let's do a blue. Let's add some dark blue over here. Let's get those shadows going. So let's say, see, this part is the top, this is the bottom. So the light would hit the top part and less light would hit the bottom. Just like you see my hand here. See, this part's brighter. There's more light hitting here and then less light down here. It's darker right around here. So it goes the same with this picture here, but because it's flat, you have to kind of picture it as a 3D object. I'm making the leg here. Darker. There we go. There. Wow, this color is coming together quite nice. And if you cross hatch it, you see so many colors blend together. It's very beautiful. You could try different blues. So let's stick with like a red, some red, blue, and some yellow, dark yellows, different yellows. Okay. Let me choose some more colors. You know what? We could add some green too. Add some green here and there. Let's mix some green in this picture. Not too much. Mainly let's stick with, and you're going really lightly here. You don't want to go too hard. We could go harder in the end when we want to put our main layer. And this is a soft, harder pencil, so you want to go very lightly. When we use a softer color, it'll be more saturated, meaning the color will be a lot dense and brighter. Just more color. But now, let's go lightly. You see some of that green come out. So it's very subtle, meaning it doesn't come out too much. And just lightly just putting, cross-hatching some of that into there. You want to go at an angle like this more. See, if I color into other places accidentally, it doesn't matter. Because it's very little, very lightly. And you want to be very patient right here. See, I could even go over top of everything like this. And it doesn't matter. But you will slowly see these colors come out. See, now I'm going to put some blue in certain areas. I want that blue to really come out. There. You see that? You know what? Let's even take a black. Now you have to be very careful with the black. You only want the very dark shadows to come out. So I'm going to have the black down here. I'm just going to cross hatch some black into here. Written. So you're just playing with the shadows under the arm over here. I'm putting some black. You can see the shadows come out even more. Down here. Just putting a light layer of black. Not too much. Be careful with the black. Putting the black down here, even here, behind his head. Some shadows over here. Maybe under his eye. There. There you go. What color should we go next? Let's get that. We said it was going to be a red dragon, right? Let's bring that red back in again. Just really get that red going. There we go. And for this type of method, you don't really want to look at this picture too close, as you see all the messy crosshatch lines. But when you see it at a distance, a little farther, it looks really nice. See, look at that. Right now it just looks really scribbly if you look close. You see those lines come out. Let me put some red in his hands. Okay. There, now I'm going to take a different type of pencil crayon. This is also Faber-Castell, but the lead's sharper, so softer too. And you can really put the color in. Now I'm just going to really just gently color this yellow in. I'll put some yellow over here. Yellow at the top of on his back. Just really gently color in. So you really see that color come out. Okay, now let's add some red. Let's add that red in again. And there, I think we could even stop here if we wanted, but you can always add more colors here and there. Play around with the colors. It could be really colorful if you want. I could play with the purple. Add the purple here. There. Let's just let it finish there, and I'll show you some other ones that I've done in the past. So here's one. You can really play with the colors. This is a different type of dragon. See the colors you could, and then something like this, you can add more details into the scales. You can play around with different colors too again. Something like that. So when you're done cross hatching everything, you can add the colors in. See, instead of, you can put some strange colors in there for the highlights. See here, like if I wanted to, I could you know, I go ahead and like, oh, let me take a teal. Yeah, let me zoom in on that. Let me take a teal and just add some bright teal colors here, maybe over here. And it really adds, you know, some different effect onto your photo. You know, and there's no right or wrong method. You could always experience with it. I could put some Ooh, I could put some teal here on his back. This is a really colorful dragon. So he could experience with that color. Right? Maybe put some here on his face. There we go. Make things pop up a little bit differently. Add different pressure. And you know what? To make those scales look even better, you can add, you can add some shadow under each scale. Like that. Let's zoom in. So I'm going to add some shadow here on each scale. So you see that? So there's a little bit of shadow there. You can use darker tones of red, or here I use some blue. Let me show you an example I did. See, look at these scales on his head. See, they pop out there a little bit. See? This one's not as obvious. But hopefully you get the point. And there you go. Happy Year of the Dragon. And just keep having fun in practice. Don't think too much. Your first dragon probably looks super ugly, maybe. And it's okay. Just draw another one. I did so many of them in the past. And my first one was probably not the best either. But it was fun, and you learn something every time. So have fun, keep practicing, and always experiment new things, and keep watching this video again and again if you don't get it, and you'll always learn new things each time you watch it. So see you next time. Bye bye.